As consumer confidence continued to increase throughout the month of April, we saw the number of home sales in our region increase and bounce back to the near record highs we were seeing this time last spring. At the same time, home sellers have been reluctant to list their homes on the market, and as a result, inventory levels continue to lag behind, pacing well below historical averages. Over the last year, we've experienced 8 consecutive interest rate hikes, global uncertainty, the introduction of the foreign buyer ban, introduction of various speculation taxes introduced by levels of government, and yet the Vancouver real estate market continues to remain resilient. Is there anything that could truly slow our market down here in Vancouver? I'm Adina with Adina YVR Vancouver Real Estate Group and Open Realty, here with your May 2023 market update. Let's jump right into the numbers and take a look at what's going on. The Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver reported that there was 2,741 home sales in our region in the month of April. This is up about 8% relative to March, and it's a decrease of about 16.5% relative to April of last year. And this is 15.6% below the 10-year sales average for the month of April. At the same time, the number of homes newly listed for sale in our market was down 22% relative to the 10-year sales average and down about 30% relative to the same time last year. Looking at the total inventory of homes available for sale, we saw that there was 8,790 homes listed on the MLS in the month of April. This is down 21% relative to the 10-year sales average, and it's down about 4% relative to this time last year. This brings us to our sales to active listings ratio. If you recall, this ratio is our leading indicator showing us if our prices are on their way up or down, and simply we're looking at the number of sales in a given month divided by the total number of active listings left over at the end of that month. For the month of April, this ratio was 32.7%. That means that we had about 33 sales on average for every 100 active listings left over at the end of that month. Anytime this ratio is up over 20% for a sustained period of time, we typically see prices increasing. And when this ratio is 12% or lower for a sustained period of time, prices are typically on their way down. If you've been watching our updates, you've seen that this ratio has increased every single month this year, starting from January, where it was at 13.7%, which was on the low end of a balanced market, teetering on a buyer's market. Looking at this by property type, we see that all 3 market segments are currently in seller's market territory. Starting off with the detached segment, where we're currently at 24.4%, and this is up from 10.2% in the month of January. For attached or townhomes, this is at 40.1%, and this is up from 13.4% in the month of January. And for apartment condos, this is currently at 37.4%, up from 16.7% in the month of January. So as you can see, it's really this combination of increasing demand and also lagging supply that's really putting pressure on the market, and that's why we're seeing escalating prices again. Looking at the HPI composite benchmark price for all property types, it's currently at $1,170,700. This is up 2.4% relative to March, and it's down about 7.4% relative to April of last year. Looking at prices by property type, we see that the benchmark price for detached property is currently at $1,915,800. This is an increase of 2.9% relative to March, and it's a decrease of 8.8% relative to April last year. For attached and townhomes, the benchmark price is currently at $1,078,400. This is an increase of 2.1% relative to March of this year, and it's a decrease of 6.1% relative to April last year. For condo apartments, the HPI benchmark price is currently at $752,300. This is an increase of 2% relative to March and a decrease of 3% relative to April last year. So what's ahead for our market? While these price rebounds might be unwelcome news for many buyers who are hopeful that prices might come down this year, it's unfortunately the inevitable outcome when we're faced with a shortage of supply like we're seeing in our market again. And unless we start seeing significant changes in the pace of homes being listed for sale on the market and the pace of homes being built in our region, we'll likely continue to see prices trending upwards. If you're thinking of making a move this year and want to discuss your options, get in touch with me. You could schedule a private consultation with the link below, or you could follow the link in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram. And in the meantime, be sure to follow me on Instagram at adina.yvr and subscribe here on YouTube. Have a great rest of your month, and I can't wait to see you in June.